we should be good to go. I see no drawn frames. Good. Good. Gonna one tries again. That's my history. Can't believe I had to go through some kooky ass shit just to get this working. No. The kooky ass shit is working, so there you go. Somewhere in Hollywood, legendary screen star Neville Sinclair berates one of his hired mops and thugs. Okay, so then here's the rocket pack from the feds. But where, you incompetent imbeciles? Where? Meanwhile, at Chaplin Airfield, Cliff Secord and Ambrose Peabody were checking out one of their planes. Hey, where'd this come from? Odd looking contraption. What do you suppose it is? So straps, buddy, I don't suppose. Take it over to that table, Cliff. I want to try something. Again, oh well, I'll finish the helmet, Cliff, while you find the rocket. But just as Cliff and Peavy get the pack ready for the first test flight, this helmet should help you steer, Cliff. Peeve, we're surrounded. Head back to the house. I'll hold him off. I may not be the hero type. It didn't look like I got any choice. Damn it, I'm gonna try again. You mean encoding overloaded? I really cannot. Hey, Big, how's it going, man? I'm glad it's actually running in the way I wanted to run. But at least it's the one that matters the most, which is the NES version. Not the damn SNES version. Because nobody likes the damn SNES version. Well, at least I don't have to worry about the trying to pass this, and trying to pass this. Streamlabs is just making a big stink over this. Say turn down my video settings, huh? Jesus. Ain't this some shit? That's fine. Yeah, there's other versions. There's this one and the SNES version. The SNES version is the one that just yeah, see that's the thing. I stopped using Streamlabs because it's same issue. I just went for OBS. OBS don't have issues. That's the reason why I'm like, oh shit. It's like, really? Y'all gonna have issues with this game? Really? Really? Why are you gonna have issues now? You shouldn't have issues with this game. Nah. You shouldn't even have issues. So turn this down. Why? But you shouldn't have issues. Well, you shouldn't be having any issues. So leave me alone, damn it. It's overloaded. Yeah, right, it is overloaded. Even though I'm playing a game that's like years old. Ages old. Close all this crap down. This crap down and this crap down just because I was playing freaking Rocketeer. Then again, it's missing, so I'm just replaying this over just because I was pissed off with Streamlabs. I ain't even partially worried about retro achievements either. As I said before, it's something I felt I needed to do just because I got a whole week worth of recording done. Well, okay, not entirely. Just with like, just had to do something, you know. And yet, after all this madness, it's like, yay. Oh, but if I was playing Earthbound right now, or Mother, oh, I'd be having no issues. Yeah, I started doing that quite earlier. Just play the original Mother. Good lord, I never thought the original was probably as hard as if you were playing Earthbound. Or Earthbound Beginnings, as they like to call it. In this case, Earthbound, Mother Restored is basically quality of life version of the game with everything restored. Like a crow smoking. You don't have farmers, you have rednecks. Hippies are actually called hippies. The town of Podunk is actually called Mother's Day. Part of me is thinking I should whip out my PS4 at this point. I mean, I find it funny though, but, you know. It's like, I've played, like, I've recorded 2 parts of it so far. It's like, okay. Nintendo, not NES, is only worth his weight in salt if he actually has his T-ball bat. Not a wooden bat, a T-ball bat. Started making jokes about his first ever party member has a crush on him. Is not named Paula. But the first one named Pippi. So what does she have? Yeah, she punches people out. She's faster than this. That's okay. So no, we're gonna keep her around until we get to Canary Village. So no, take her back to... No, we're gonna keep her around until we get to Canary Village. Get the second melody, then we take her home. So at this point, Ness would probably be a man at this point. Like, he'd be 10 levels in. I already made the joke about Ness having this built-in phone in his backpack. He gets a call from his dad, and all of a sudden, one of those messages mean, oh hey, you might as well want to save at this point. He finally gets home. He calls his dad. After his mom fixes him a big ass plate of Chinese. The first thing he tells his dad, he says, "Dad, I ran into a girl today. She was kidnapped and she was in the you know the cemetery right by Walnut, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you see, the mayor wanted me to save her, and I did. After I had to get myself a new bat.
Why a new bat?
Well, the one I had, it's plastic. It doesn't do shit.
Izzy, go on.
Well, you see, after that, after I got my T-ball back, it was $500.
$500?
Yeah, $500. $500, Dad. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can't believe that. Inflation, I tell you, goddamn.
Yeah, well, you see, after that, I went into the cemetery, and there was this priest who doesn't even act like a priest. He wants to be friends with the zombies, but the thing is, the dude can't, he don't know how to be friends with a zombie, so, the only thing I had to do was beat the living stuffing out of him.
Yep.
So, about this girl. Yeah, about that girl. Her name's Pippi.
Uh-huh. So wait, you're telling me?
Yes. She has a crush on me.
As soon as you left.
It's as soon as I went in there. I broke some gang zombies' nose apart and probably a few pseudo zombies and shit. And then after that, you see, there were 3 of them?
3 what?
3 coffins.
3 coffins.
Yeah, 3 coffins, and they were all, bumbling and mumbling and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
So, this is the thing, Dad. The thing is this, when I started to save her,
yeah.
Well, she go on, she tongued me.
She did what?
What's that kind of kiss called?
It's called a French kiss, son.
That's what it is? Yeah.
It's called a French kiss.
Oh, well, but you see, what she did was, she gave me a French kiss.
She gave you a French kiss?
Yeah,
and you don't know how to process that?
Yeah, I don't. Well,
Did you talk to your mother about this?
Yeah. She told me to come talk to you.
Wait, she told me. She told you to come talk to me.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm calling you.
George is puzzled by this. Son, let me tell you something about women. They are strange mobs. And when they want to kiss you, that means they want something from you. Ninten keeps listening to his dad the entire time. And then on the other end you have Maria. Maria's on the other end. She's like leaning in. And she starts saying, George. She just says it with that authority. George. Now, you know. when we met. It was never like that. Do you remember when? Yes, I remember when it happened, dear. Do you remember when it happened? Yes, I remember when it happened. Do you remember what I said when it happened? Yes, you were the only woman who basically knocked me off my feet. And you were on top of me, and you said, let's get married. And then you said, I look so cute down there. Chapter 2. Cliff meets Peavy back at their house. The pack was hit and lost all its fuel. But I've got it working now. I don't know who they are. They got their own kind of rocket packs. And they sure mean business. Maybe all rocket packs belong to them, Cliff. I don't think so. Wait, did you hear that? Did you hear something?
In episode 3 of Mother, we will return to what Pippi and Ninten were actually doing.
They found us! And it looks like they brought some artillery.
Better split up and meet at the Bulldog. The entire time, they were just going to Canary Village after Ness had this long talk with his father about the birds and the bees. Why, for some reason, Pippi kissed her, and Pippi kissed him. He wasn't sure if he was still a man at that point. Something awakened in his mind, something broken, or something broke inside him. Nobody knows for sure, but something did happen when all this was going on. And what I did for this run was I changed all the names. And the funny thing is, after that, oh hey, we got Nintendo, Sega, PC Engine, and Bandai. Because people tend to forget, oh hey, everybody knew about Ness, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh, but nobody remembers Ninten, Anna, Jeff, and Teddy. Or was it Lloyd? It was Lloyd, not Teddy. Well, like I said, not many people remember the first kid's actual names. Everybody knows the SNES one because it was Ness, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh. Like I said, the actual version, the restored version I have, it tends to be a lot harder than Earthbound 0. But like I said, it has all the restored graphics that you didn't see when it came out as Earthbound. Like you had a crow. Like you actually had a crow, you know, with a cigarette. It's like so you still had farmers, but they were called rednecks. And then of course you have the only thing that didn't change were hippies and pseudo zombies, and then you had gang zombies, which is funny as all get out, but still it was just beyond stupid funny. And like I said, all the places that you know, they're named after they're named after oh my god, holidays. Like you got Mother's Day. You start off in Mother's Day. Then there's one called Easter, another one called Valentine, another one called Reindeer, another one called Santa Claus Village. There's Snowman over there. I'm like, huh? I read that right? It's like Canary Village, and then there's Cream Puff Zoo. You know, the original one, you had to basically get all seven melodies. In which that's where I am right now, getting the second melody. Which is, you know, you get the canary, take him back to Canary Village. It's funny. It's just totally funny. Cliff and Peavy meet at Bulldog Cafe, second home to Cliff and his friends. This is some bullshit uptown. Cliff, thank goodness you made it. Danny's been kidnapped and taken to the South Seas Club. I wish I never laid eyes on this rocket pack. But I can't give it back now. I've got to get to that club and save Jenny. Because, you know, originally what I said was, my girlfriend streamed, like, on not Christmas Eve, but New Year's night. So I spent the evening at her stream. Because she has a thing about, you know, streaming the old stuff. Like Spy Smasher, Flash Gordon, the vintage stuff. So I stayed there and like the entire evening at her stream, just watching all 13 episodes of Spy Smasher while riffing the hell out of each and every one of the episodes going on, like the many subplots that was going on, trying to make one big ass plot. And when you have one big ass plot, and all I can say is, okay, are you sure about this plot? See, that's the thing with Jeff. See, this is the reason why when I did Earthbound, the RCO edition, or should I call it Mother 2? Oh, it was easy. I had the phone. I had 40 as Ness. I have Sheena as Paula. Ryu as Jeff, and Big as Poop. Now I'm reconsidering the fact that I really want to just redo it again, just because when we finally get to Big's part of the world, we'll just call him the Big Fatty Poop. He is the Prince of Poo, so therefore he's the Prince of Shit. He's the Lord of Shit. And hello, Sheena. It's just funny that way, but still, that's the first thing. It's like, yeah, we got. And note that I will not be there. I'll simply be doing the narrator stuff. I'll be the voice in everybody's head. I'll be the one fucking with everyone, y'all. Especially when the coffee is made. So, yes, drink the coffee. Y'all need to chill. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. Sometimes you really, honestly do need to shut the fuck up. Have a cup of coffee. Fucking relax. When was the last time you fucking relaxed? I'm talking to you, Big. I'm talking to you, Sheena. Yes, you too, Ryu. And oh yes, 40, we don't need to talk about you. We know you're handling business. This time you will drink this coffee. This time you will fucking relax. This time you will think back on your adventures. Or next time I will send you right back to fucking Bahamut Lagoon. Chapter 4, The Rocketeer. A mysterious figure streaks through the night sky above Hollywood. I made it, but I had to use up all my fuel. I won't get past the guards dressed like this. I wonder if I can sneak in through the back. I will actually do that. I really want to do that again. Just say, okay, this is the reforged RCO done by yours truly. Had to slap a few asses here and there, but that's okay. Everybody needs a good ass slap. I had to punch a few bricks in order to do it, but hey, there you go. Oh no, y'all don't want me to do meta fight on here. Oh no, y'all don't want that. Because it'd be terrible. It'd be beyond terrible. It'd be funny as all hell. Yes, you're going the wrong way. I can just hear it now, coming from Sheena. So how about I throw you into Sophia and you start driving? It'd be funny as all hell. At least I don't really have to worry too much about, you know, the achievements here, because when I was doing this with Streamlabs OBS, oh, I got most of them, but it don't really matter. Forward to, thank you. One of my follows that I have on Facebook is the guy behind Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Good to know he's still in business and he has the rights to Roger Rabbit. And there's so many people still doing fan art of course, Jessica Rabbit. Y'all doing this shit in the meat locker, dog? Y'all should be ashamed, guys. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. In the fucking meat locker. I'm breaking the rules up in this bitch. I think I know why, Sheena. She will always be that kind of woman that they always wanted to have, but they can never handle. Just like you are sometimes, yeah. Sinclair's got Jenny, and the place is crawling with thugs. Yet I'm one of the rare few people who can handle you. I was married once. How did I handle marriage? Very easy. I never started a fight. No, that's my whole thing. I never started a fight. I'm smart enough to know. You swallow your pride. You go with it. And you just handle it. That's how I'm handling my current situation. Just like, okay. Like most people like to, I don't know. Bye! Flash! The FBI takes the stunned Rocketeer to the secret hangar of the millionaire industrialist who invented the rocket pack. So you see, these local monsters work for Sinclair, who works for the enemy war movement, Howard Hughes. And he's got Jenny! We think they're headed for Griffith Park. Who's that? Looks like those thugs again. Looks like trouble. Quick clip. Get the rocket pack out of here safely. They want to avoid saying it's Howard Hughes because there was a Howard Hughes in the movie. Well, we could say this. It was Tony Stark, okay? It was never Howard Hughes, it was Tony Stark. It was a millionaire industrialist. Of course. I'm pretty sure that's where they got the idea of Tony Stark. They looked at Howard Hughes. It's okay if you make a rocket pack. Imagine a version of Howard Hughes making not only a rocket pack, but a freaking suit of iron. Just an armor, not a suit of armor. But he makes his own armor. At least I make the effort playing a video game. And I make it interesting to talk while I'm just running through the stage. Fists are flying. Cheats awaken and nobody gives a shit. And I will treat myself to a nice thing of chocolate after I'm done with this game. Because, I mean, I could do an RPG, but, I mean, what's the risk? Five two. Keep in mind, all this is happening in California. Griffith Park Observatory. Secret place! How the hell is this place secret? No, seriously, how is this secret? They got ammo in the trees, health in the trees. How does this work? It's California. It's hardly a secret to everybody. I went to Griffith Observatory once. 5-3. I actually went there, or actually tried to go there when I was in San Luis Obispo. Probably the only time I actually ran like hell. And the first thing I can picture in my head. And I told this to my brother. I don't think I told this to you guys. But when I was in high school, I went to me and a friend of mine. We were suckered into actually getting a break from going to high school from our classes. So we were told by the principal. Well, we get to go to camp. She didn't tell us. And you might have heard her name before, Miss Marguerite Lamont. She was our principal. Yeah, it's the legend of Izzy Dog. There you go. But what happened was, my friend and I, we were suckered into going to this spot. We didn't know it was an army boot camp. So it was like two of us versus the worst piece of shit in high school. Bullies every goddamn where. First day, got up at 6. We had to triple down on what we were wearing because it was cold as hell. You know, you're in the mountains, so therefore it's cold as hell. You're going to be and you're going to be in there for long haul. So, we're up there. With all these knuckleheads, they're starting fights in the very same room that we're trying to get some sleep. They had water buckets. They had this going on. They had that going on. I was ready for them. Kind of love when you take a break and all of a sudden, you take one break, all of a sudden, when your neck goes down to, and then here you go. Where were we? Oh yeah, Griffith Observatory. Right, back to it. Only one word. Spectrum. Right, that story I was talking about when I was in boot camp. The observatory is too closely guarded. I'll try to get in from the roof. Chapter 6. Cliffs closing in on Sinclair when suddenly... I've got the skeleton. Now get this ship above the clouds and he'll have to come to us. If I use all my fuel, I think I can just reach the Zeppelin. Hang on, Jenny. I'll blast my way there. Rocket Ranger!
Yeah, I remember my high school days. Probably the worst time I actually ever had. I could say junior high and high school were the worst times I've ever had. Namely because of what I was going through. I was readjusting to life without my father. A family friend who turned into my stepdad. And junior high. Junior high was hard. And I never realized how stupidly close I was when I went to Horace Mann. Now, Horace Mann was like really, really close. Like it was literally down a few blocks from us. Just one straight shot, boom, you're right there. Yep. Let me take a look here. Be right back, guys. Spectrum. What was I talking about before I was? Let's see. I was talking about high school, junior high, right? Gotta love junior high. Pain in the ass, junior high. I didn't realize it, but I never realized I lived so close to Horace Mann. Like boom, straight shot. From 69th Street all the way down. And a few blocks up. There's Horace Mann. So I live close to everywhere.
deep voice. And well, I may be true. Nothing I can do about it. Forest Man was a straight shot from where I used to live. And like I said, when I was coming up, I was readjusting a bit. Readjusting my mom's new marriage. Junior high was a thing. I was struggling. And on top of that, well, then there was, 3 years. That's when I really just got into just hiding out. That's all I was doing, just hiding out after class. Didn't really have friends coming on up in junior high. When afterwards, high school? Oh, I have friends, alright. To this very day, I only have one out of, what, three guys I still talk to, or I know still are around. I actually spoke to him just last week before New Year's Eve. And he happened to be like my best friend that I had, after high school. So, it pertains to me and him going through boot camp together. We had a whole week from say, high school. This whole week from high school, we had to, go and sign for some papers. Make sure our parents signed it. So our mom signed it. And all we had to do was make sure all our teachers signed and know that we weren't going to be in for that week. We were in San Luis Obispo. It was a boot camp. We were suckered into going to boot camp. We didn't know it was a boot camp. To this very day, we still wonder about what happened. Like, why did we agree to it? I myself wondered that too. Like, why in the world did we agree to go to boot camp? And mind you, like I mentioned, we got up at 6 a.m. Oh, first day. First day, 6 a.m. Rest of the day is 5 a.m. We're in the mountains. Cold as hell. Like, quite literally, it was cold as hell. And the entire time that we're going through this, we're dealing with a bunch of idiots. Like, literally a bunch of idiots. We had to switch from the room over from where we were sleeping because, you know, they were gonna keep us up. We didn't want to be kept. We didn't want to stay up. You know, we just wanted to follow orders. I think the drill sergeant was so surprised to see like 3 of us actually just stand out there. And we're up like crack of dawn. Crack of dawn, we're like, we're beyond cold at this rate, but we're just like numbing off. We've got the other dude who was with us, because I know it's myself and Damon. I forgot who was there with us in that other dump, but I know it's 3 of us. But I remember, I think it was day 4. Day 4, we were just like, we were up at the mountains. We were climbing up towards Griffith Observatory. This is why I remember Griffith Observatory and why it was so significant while I'm playing the Rocketeer. Because what we're doing is we're just getting through this. We committed to the task of getting through this madness, and we did. When we got back to high school, it's Sinclair. And it's down to my pistol. Yeah, you're down to your pistol, dude. And that was the final chapter. It's Peavy. Hang on, Jenny. I love you, Cliff. We got sick. That was the thing. We got sick on the way back. But man, we survived it. That was funny. I kind of wish the story was a little more longer, but you know, it is what it is. At least I finished it. Too bad it had to be a two-parter, but I'll probably stitch it together. Anyway, congratulations, you're a first-rate Rocketeer. Well, I'm glad I'm a first-rate Rocketeer. I managed to beat the game, and, well, yeah, that'll be it for now. I don't feel like doing anything more, unless if I felt like doing something more, but, you know, it is what it is. So probably next week, or if I can try to do a stream a little bit earlier. I'm not sure if I'll do something Wednesday. I might do something Wednesday. Maybe some SRW. Oh, who's this? Anyway, thanks for coming out. Like I said, I'll probably stitch the two parts together and go from there, and you know, we're getting there. You know, that's the only thing. We're getting there. Until next time, folks. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time.